From the volcano of Blacula to the leech-ridden swamps of Agadim, cast off all your inhibition. At the only casino in all Dominaria, experience the pinnacle of personal pleasure. Venture boldly at Rakdos Casino, and may all your underworld dreams come true. Rakdos Casino, the place for premium pleasures.
Hello, everybody home, everybody here, and oh my goodness, thank you so much, Plaid Magic. I always get that wrong. I apologize. Thank you. Nimchimsky, thank you for helping me name this deck at the last second. I called it Black Vampires, and I felt so unoriginal and terrible about it, and he recommended Blacula, so that's what we're going with. So this is like a hybrid design of trying to use a few more of the newer cards that just came out in the Crimson Vow set. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Vampire's Kiss and my favorite Blood Fountain. Got 4 of those and 2 of these. This gets Metalcraft really fast, and the idea behind this deck is very similar to the Black Sack list. We don't have the Scorpion. We did have to make some concessions here and there. But, excuse me, I did a little short of breath there. We do have 2 Undying Evil and 4 Supernatural Stamina, which is more of like a combat trick. And what's really cool is we can kill stuff, make it come back, but obviously the combination is here. It's like we're getting the value of Ephemerate without having to slow down for another color. So it's been a lot of fun. About a high 80, just in a fun room package there as far as face-offs and things. Pauper, Tim, Chimsky, and Shahrazamon as usual. So we've got all the goodness here. We've got 18 lands. I was trying to go with 17. And I was just getting screwed a little too often, and Crypt Rats is kind of a thing. We've got 1 Fleshbag Marauder just in case we've got so much dig, we're able to go find it. And if we're up against Hexproof or Heroic. However, one of the cooler things about this list is that you'll be like at 5 life and they're at 50 in those set of matchups, and you're able to come back. So let me just go over before I start discussing the deck, because sometimes these things take a little while to get going here. Make sure I have it set to 2, and we'll say create and go from there. As we minimize this and go back to this, and then we will discuss this. So we've got the Perilous Myr and only 3 Footlight Fiends in this build to ward off any sort of fairies and such. And we've got quite a bit of artifacts here. So obviously the Perilous Myr, we've got the Vault of Whispers, and the Shambling Ghast is an artifact too. The Vampire's Kiss is just crazy. I started with 4, went to 3, ended up with 2. And so it's pretty rare, and Blood Fountain too. It's pretty rare that we're fighting for that 3rd artifact. It can happen, and it's usually in a losing game when we're trying to, eat all of our artifacts and keep something out to block and that sort of stuff. So no Disciple here. We're not really after killing our artifacts. So we're more about keeping them out there. And blood tokens are really, I'm getting a fondness for blood tokens because they're like a Retracer's younger, worse brother, but they're pretty awesome when they show up. So I've been pretty happy with that. Man, I am getting really started heating up here. I gotta chill on the coffee. All right. So yeah, I've just been digging this Blood Fountain. It really turns up the thing. And the second ability, unlike last week's list, really comes into play quite often here. So we'll see what happens. Uh-oh, I hope our opponent's name isn't a suggestion of what they're playing, because this could be a very long first round. Okay, well, I added an extra land, and that did us a whole hell of a lot of good. We'll say mulligan on this. And that looks nice and neat. Got to be careful of multiple Bleak Coven vampires. I always say Cloven. We'll keep this. And, well, we've got draw. I think I'll get rid of a Ghast, actually. I'll do that. Tough call there. Disciple Ornithopter blood tokens. 12 sack. Let's go. Oh, I've been thinking about it. Been facing off some pretty cool lists in the last few evenings. Work has calmed down because of the holidays out here. If you follow on our Facebook page, I've got a real world example of one of the promos that I cut for Fox. So if anybody's curious. Oh, looks like their name is going to live up to what they got. Good news is if we get fog locked, we've got a way out of it. Let's go from here. And so Supernatural Stamina gets the nod over, there's that new one in the D&D set, and then there's obviously Undying Evil. However, Undying Evil can only operate once, and Supernatural Stamina with that little bump boost, a lot of times I'm able to trade like a Perilous Myr for like a Augur, and then shoot the damage somewhere else and then get it back. It's quite a bit of value. Let's see. Oh, gotta kind of slow roll this a little bit. Yeah, I know Rebecca was really interested in vampires, and she's not going to be around for much of the show today, or any of it. I'm not quite sure how it all went, but alrighty. Well, I guess we'll just do this. Drop another dude here. The good thing about these little ghasts is they're very underwhelming at first glance, and your opponent doesn't know what you're up to. They're pretty cool. So I could, maybe I should stamina here and just draw some cards. I think I'm going to do that. Show you guys an example of this. So we'll get in for 3. Seems kind of like, oh, that's a bad move, and maybe it is. We'll see. But we're going to be able to accelerate. See, we've already got Metal Crap, but that's just through sheer luck of drawing the multiple vaults, which doesn't happen all that often. So now we'll kill this. We will get some good little treasure tokens. We can't even screw up with that thing. Get our creature back, and we draw 2 cards. And, yeah, all right. Yeah, I mean, we could cast it next turn. It might be a little reckless. We'll see. Nice little backup plan there. Oh, Captain Vlad Tepes subscribed to Tier 1 for 9 months. Holy crap. Man, thanks for the love, guys. Appreciated greatly. But this is an example. Oh, thank you for that, Nemchimsky. Yeah, it's not D&D related, but you guys always hear me talking about editing in the real world and promos and stuff like that. And if you're remotely curious, that's an example of a promo edit. They're usually 30 seconds long. Cut downs are like 15, 10, and 5, but they're always iterations of the other one. But so yeah, I've been very, very busy with that. And got some extra interest from another place that might start as early as next week. So things are still looking pretty good for the end of this year. I hope yours is as well. All right, Tron has been activated. Check back with me in an hour if you don't like this matchup. Who's to say? I'm not quite sure. I've never faced Tron with this. In theory, I don't have any graveyard hate because we have a way around getting fog locked. So that's the theory anyway. Alrighty, that can grow to hurt us a little bit. We've only got nothing in there at the moment. But those blood fountains, gets to mid-game, can get pretty cool. Let's attack. I'm happy to trade with the Mole Drifter here. I don't know why. He must have a Marasa in his hand or something. We'll give it death. We'll go like this. Play here, and we've got 2 of them. We've got an opening. Just try to stay aggro here. We'll see what they do. Boink. And just like that. It's so comforting when you have that 1 mana save all spell, and you know they use like a galvanic blast on it, and you're like, huzzah! Or you come in and you trade with some Gigantor creature, or you kill it. See, that's the other cool thing. You got this like Deadly Dispute. If they don't want to interact with our combo, you can kill it yourself. It's pretty sweet. Hiya, here we go. Woo. I'm not quite sure if we want to go all in here. First time chat from viewer. Ayo, Helder. Very nice to hear from you, and thank you for chiming in. Oh yeah, boy. Dreamer Stango, Zuberas, and me are like oil and water. That deck always eludes me. I'll see the correct play like a minute after I make the wrong one. Pretty great. All right, so we've got the little fog lock, but that's okay. We are prepared. Shall I do that? They've only got 3 cards in their hand. Something tells me no. Let's dispute first. I'd really like to have an answer for any sort of a trickery that our opponent might be dealing in. Let's move this over here so it doesn't swip up. Boy, so much Amazon Prime subs and all that. Thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate it greatly. Saw the holiday promo at the very top of the show. I've had that cut for like years. Oh, my spider senses were correct. All right, so we're down a creature, but we get some mana acceleration. Yeah, I cut that long, I think like in January. I'm like, well, I have to wait a year to show this silly little beat off, where it's like, those little sub beats of holiday spirit and cheer and stuff, and the little scale that goes up and such. I was trying to make it somewhat Pauper relevant. Give me liberty or give me death. Alrighty, let's, well, I've already seen the one. I'm going to bring out the fountain. 3 cards left. You know what? I'll play the vampire because I have the fountain. And I guess they could bounce the bog, but fountain portents a little obvious what we're up to here. And I'll keep the extra land in our hand since we've already got the treasure token here. Oh, I guess I can't, can I? Hold on. I'll play it. There we go. And down it goes. We'll get it back with the fountain. Got to keep a bit of pressure on our opponent. That tangle's buying him way too much time. Oh, lose focus. Terrible. Not only is it Tron, it's a counter-heavy variant. We will say no. Lose focus. I've been guilty of that many a times. Oh, remember Odin Makes, when he did the Bone Splitter axe in combination with our show, I sent him off the artwork for the blood token, saying, that might be a pretty cool little prop, like a medium-sized one, and then one you can wear around your necklace to do on his little prop show. So, god dang, that is like the number one card I don't want to see. Boink. Down we go. Tron's got us. Probably wait a turn or two and then Scoopnology maybe. Yeah, this is just not fun when this happens. Okay. Yep, there goes all our wins out. All right. You got us this time, Tron. We'll put that down. It's not so much for my audience. It's for the sake of starting a stream off against Tron. It's not something you bump into all that often anymore because there's so much land destruction out there. But good God, is it maddening. Okay, well, we're not going to need any of our little fiend dudes. I'll take out maybe one Myr, one Kiss. Really like to get in. We saw a lot of counter magic, so I'm going to bring in all 4 Duresses. Now, I'm not too worried about Snuff Out. I'll keep in 1 Rat. We'll bring in a Snuff. And maybe we won't really need too much Undying going on here. So maybe, oops, nope, 2 Snuffs I'm thinking. We've got our little grab bag if we have to go dig for something very strange. But outside of that, I don't think we're going to be in too much trouble there. Okay. One more card. Don't want to go too deep into this. We'll put back a Myr. I think we'll be okay with 2 Snuff Outs. Just for, if they do start trying to lock us up. But, it's kind of a losing battle, right? We have to hit a Mnemonic Wall in response, and then they pull some Ross out. I've been there before, so. At least his name's telling the truth, right? Yeah, we want to go first. We'll open up our graveyard here. Another 1-land start hand. This is very, very strange, and we don't really have a way to kill it. If I had a Village Rites, I would keep this, but we're going to mulligan this. And we'll keep this. And believe it or not, I'm going to throw back our... it's like a 6-turn spell, if you think about it, because you really want to have the backup plan there, right? So we'll lead off with this here. Sometimes you always want to Duress right away, or the hunch is that. And against Affinity and sometimes Tron, it's best to just wait till you've got that spell that you want to punch through, and you know that they're just waiting to counter everything. So keep the chat rolling, guys. It's been a little quiet, so I want to make sure I'm not losing anybody. All right, we shall attack. Boop. And I think I'm going to Rites here. Yeah, I'll Rites. Oop-a-doop. I'll go like this. And see, we've already got the metal. Metalcraft, whatever. There-o, Blacula. Yeah, I'll rename it in the thing afterwards. It was just this morning I saw that email, and I was like, oh, that's perfect. all fun. I think there was like even a cereal here in the States that was named that. So like Dracula with a dark black theme. So pretty on the nose. Although I'm not quite sure how the correct spelling of it, if there is one. I mean, it's a fake word, right? Good times. Alrighty. Here we go with this. This stage, I'm not really digging the Blood Fountain, but I need some cards. So I'm going to dispute. You know what? I'll dispute the blood token. Let's draw some cards. Frustrating. Alrighty. Yeah, I'll wait to Duress. We've got the draw. I just don't have the creatures. Remember, we took out 3 of our little dudes. Maybe we could be eating those up. I just expected to draw a little bit better there. David Chappelle's kit. Oh, interesting. Alrighty. Let's do this. Dang. My goodness. When am I going to draw a creature here? I mean, we could drop the... Should we? We don't even get the blood issue if we do that, right? All right. Well, I'm just going to do this on our treasure token here. Let's get some damn lands going here. This is getting maddening. I'm going to do this again. We've got an opening. I'm going to try to exploit. Okay, now we've got some creatures. Sure. I'm just going to bring this out. If it dies, we still get that thing back. So just drew like 5 cards and got out of our little problem there. So now we can supernatural stamina into a deadly dispute or into a double duress. Ha-ta-ta. Is this my Bruce? Says Corey Johnson 789. It is. Yeah, it's we added some blood and some vampires to a list that I really have a fondness for, called Black Sack, which has the 4 deadly disputes, 4 costly plunder, 4 village rites. So it draws a lot of cards. But like I said, probably not going to be that great against the Tron Menace. We shall see. So we'll attack here. Sure, let's just attack. We're happy to trade. And in this case, we've only got one of those. But I'll put this on here now. I'll just do this. We'll get our token out of the deal. We'll get our creature back. And then we will do many things. Let's see what we're working with. We do have 3 duresses. Let's pull his hand apart here. Oops. There we go. The stake in the heart. Here comes number 1. Ha! Let's see what you're working with. Okay, that's why you wanted to block, eh? Bonk. Whoosh. Let's see. Teachings. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. What else was in there? A braid. And the shaman. Ooh, that's going to suck. Yeah, I can kill the shaman, so I'm going to stay on that last one here. Actually, I can kill it with Village Rites. So I'll do another duress. It's time to eviscerate the hand, folks. We don't really care too much about the tangle. I'll get rid of the abrade here. I don't think I've ever done that, a triple duress. Atlanteus TV, good to see you again, and thank you for the sub. Holy crap, man, it's like a theme going on here. All these super subs. Thank you so much. We haven't seen you in quite a while. And thanks for the thanking of the content. Yes, yes, indeed. Oh, so I've been really disappointed with Dexter. I've been very impressed as far as the Showtime thing, because we got that because I'm a big fan of the original show. But we did get, so we're going to get a little 2-for-1 here. I'll get rid of one of the tokens here. We'll write this, and then he's going to have to do a lot of stuff on his turn. Now they can counter this, and it still kills the monkey. So good times. Anyway, but if you're tired of being disappointed by that, you can also go right on over to same channel, Showtime, and I think American Rust. It has Jeff Daniels, I think his name is. Super cool. So yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. They think they've countered it. It's like, okay, dude's still dead. I see this happen a lot. We don't get the cards, and we got a counter spell out of it. That's kind of cool. He ends up eating 1 artifact, which is a little painful because our Deadly Dispute doesn't have much to eat. We've gone through a lot of cards here. How's that? We've pretty much Oh man, he's got the horror. This is going to be not long for this world. All right. Yeah, at this stage, I think I would just rather draw. Say, screw you, Blood Fountain. Let's get some cards. Build back up. All right. We can do that next turn. We'll sit on that. I'm paying a little bit better attention. I'm not trying to host it to have better things crossed off and know if that Duress would hit home or not. But I'm afraid it's just going to look at a land and a Dinrova. I would like to say that out loud, Nimchimsky, but just in case little ones are watching, I am going to avoid it. But that is pretty funny. All right, by now they might have something. One turn later. Who is this fool? Hiya! Man, oh man. This is frustration land. Got the one card we don't want to see. Well, at least we can kill it in response, right? We've almost got artifact mana again. I have yet to see Duress do much better than this. What is that? 1, 2, 3, all 4 of them. Holy crap. All right. Show me a counter and I'll probably go home crying. What's he got here? Nova Whoremonger. The old... Man, if Tron could get any worse, right? It's with a Teachings engine, double Teaching. So it's like Teachings, one of the most notoriously boring decks to face. And then Tron, probably another first ballot Hall of Famer for boredom, right? Well, they don't have Tron, so let's keep them honest a little bit. Yeah, we'll do this. One over here. He's got Tron. He's probably going to do some blinkage. Teachings for something. I really want to have an answer for stuff. I'm going to kill this now. We'll shoot. That graveyard's just filthy at the moment. Yeah, so this combination's here, but we don't have Metalcraft, and nor am I waiting around much to get it. I'm eating all of our own artifacts just to try to get something rolling. So, I mean, we have like immediate Metalcraft thanks to Vampire's Kiss next turn, but I'm just, we're up against the clock, 1 mana away. He's got Teachings. This is a losing battle. I'm sure we're starting off with a loss here, but not the deck I expected to see, which is always a theme. Yeah, if I could wave a wand, even if land destruction became plentiful, we'll scoop here. He's got the horror lock here. If there was a wand I could wave and just never face a deck, it would be that, because it's like I've gone on and on about, even though it's not on the radar screen right now, it's that deck. I think, what is it? The Wildfire. What's that card? Crackling Wildfire. Something. It's like the only thing keeping Tron in a tiny bit of check, because it's so multi-versatile. But for me, about every 4 or 5 months, I'll jump into a league and I face 3 out of 5 Tron lists, and then I get all despondent again and run away. But so yeah, Crash and Burn to, I'm going to call that Teachings Tron. That was not fun. I kind of hope we face, not that it's a good matchup, but I kind of hope we face Heroic or Hexproof, because I have faced them and I've technically gone 2-0, but it felt like I got drop kicked, because like I was saying at the top of the show, I'll be at like, single digit life and they're in the 50s. And then you just like a vampire coming out of the, well, that's a zombie, right? Coming out of the grave. So we'll try to keep it a little more light next week, maybe, and not always have these black lists running about. But all right, finally a good hand. We'll keep this. And again, it's not so much that extra land for the Bleak Coven vampires. I always say Cloven. I said it right that time, though. Coven. It's so that we have that extra mana when we need to bring it out, so that we can either Village Rites it, sacrifice it, and sometimes do our own spell and have those extras. So I was fighting tooth and nail on it. My 17 land version's fine. I just didn't want to get hamstrung with no lands today. So yeah. That'd be a McCarthyian way to say the name of the list. Blacklisted. So a lot of that going around. Alrighty. We have anti-fairy bait. I'm going to get this out here while I can. We have Village Rites backup. So I'll probably do, depending if this is the fairy variety we're all expecting to see. Remember when they banned Expedition Map? Wasn't that funny? Remember, it was like 3 days later. It was just still first place, first place, first place, first place. Oh, I would disagree, Dreamer Stingo. We just didn't. That I thought it had a pretty big impact on the game, but you know, it's such a slippery list. As you see, they just teachings up and answer, Pulsar Marasa back the thing that we fought so hard to kill, and go from there. But yeah, that's why it is just such a futile deck to go against. It can get a little maddening that way. Alrighty, I'm going to attack here, and I don't want to miss a land drop, especially we got a very heavy end game hand here, and we have early game mana, so I'm not really a fan of where this is headed right now. Let's kill this. We'll get some artifact love out of it. Okay, there we go. And just like that, we've got Metalcraft. All right. We've got some stuff we want. Yeah. And the blood tokens. Yeah, half of a teachings feels bad. Yeah. I know. Teaching's strong enough, and then they give it flashback. Oh, that swamp is disgusting. Lordy. Well, let's attack first. Need some blood tokens, because I'm sure these guys aren't going to be long for the world, or some of our combat tricks. We do have Metalcraft. We're 1 mana away. Not that I would walk into this. I want to have some sort of backup plan. We'll bring this out. They do have fairies. It's asking for a hard counter. Okay. Thank you for that. We get more mana. Never dead cards. I always love that style. Go ahead and kill it, they say. Been getting a lot of deck submissions from y'all. I see every one of them. Thank you, thank you. Been awfully busy. It's always funny, like, there's almost like a zeitgeist of sorts of people when they submit stuff. Like, in a certain week, I'll get like 4 submissions, and they're all Rakdos decks that are all of similar vein. And so I always feel like, oh crap, if I play that, and then these 3 people are going to be pissed thinking that I took their list and did this or whatever. It's a tough spot to be in. Yeah, let's go for a hard counter here. I'll get something in our yard, and we'll still have Metalcraft here. See if they've got a hard counter. They probably do. Whoa, it lived. Okay. Because of the Blood Fountain, we don't really have to worry about these guys too much, and it kind of gives us free intel on their hand. Maybe that cast down was the only thing they had, and they're sitting on a handful of fairies. I don't know. I'm making stuff up as I go along. You know me. But look at that. 9 life. Boop. Just like that. Alrighty. This looks like Dimir, another just heavyweight list, which I'm happy about. You know, I like to see Rogue because it encourages a lot of difference in the show, but I also really like to see how things go up against like the big boys of the block. We're going to bring in some Duresses. I'm going to bring in another Crypt Rat. I like to have 3 in this matchup. You know what? I'm not sure if I like Duress in this matchup. I don't want to mess with my stuff too much here. I think I'm just going to go like this, guys. Maybe a Lifestaff? It's kind of fairy bait, though. I'm going to leave it like this. Yeah, let's go. Sometimes I'm hesitant to bring in Duress against fairy heavy lists. Of course, you know, we haven't seen one fairy. Maybe they're running some strange new hybrid design. But for me, for now, that's how I go. Woohoo! Let's drink. Gloop, gloop, gloop. I was telling my wife just yesterday, I was like, if I still drank red wine, I could have like an evening show and do a whole blood fountain theme and then get really tipsy on camera and probably drop the feed. So that's probably good that I'm not going to do that in retrospect. Yeah, we're going to keep this. We got all kinds of love going on here. It is evening over here. Don't tempt me. No. Yeah, I used to drink a red wine that was so thick. Now the thought of it is just, ugh. It was like my favorite drink for the longest time. And I couldn't imagine even a glass. It's like cough syrup now. It's like, ugh. Yeah, I think so too, Captain Vlatepis. It's tough to argue, right? You think like, how on earth can't you? But it's like, glad to see at least one of you in the chat's kind of an agreement with me there. All right. I believe I'm just going to attack here. I'm not too worried about a sprite because we've got double fountain, and this will at least let us know if they've got one. We have the threat of... I'll throw the other one out there too. Let's see if he got anything. If a ninja shows up, that's fine. He gets the one bounce damage, and then we trade with the Footlight Fiend unless they want to kill it. So, plus now we know they don't have spell stutter. So, 20,000 pauper points. Drunk Pauperganda show. Oh, that might not be worth the points, my friends. I got 22,000. Wow. Yeah, we've only got 2 cards left to burn. So, hopefully it. I got to come up with some. If you got any cool ideas for spending those points, I'd love to mix it up. I keep meaning to like do new ones. I don't want it to always be those, But I want to stay away from silly stuff like spin around in your chair and that, just some of these things are pretty bad. So I got to start watching other streams and taking from some of their biddies. Yeah, we do have some sort of a deck tech thing in there if I remember right. But alrighty, we'll bring this dude out. We've got extra stuff here. I don't think it's worth bringing out the rats yet. Let me do this for the extra land here. Let's see what we got, because we've got a nice opening here, so that's cool. All right, we'll do this. Man, there's just blood all over the place. Bam. Alrighty. However, with the deck tech being live, I got to think that through a little bit better. It should probably be like for the next show we spend, a set of minutes or something. I'll have to revisit that. I made a note to myself. I think I had corrected that, but all right, here we go. Forgot to write the W. Let's put that there. So they don't have a ninja. Curious. This is like a Doc Anime old style Demir list, it looks like. Yeah, play me right now, Pauper Tim. That ain't no perk. Every once in a while, I'll bump into somebody in the middle of the night or something, and they're just, I don't know why, maybe they can't watch the stream or whatever, but they'll be like, all like, hey, I'm like, oh, hey, forget I have this presence on Twitch here. It's just such a every day, every week thing for me. Alrighty, let's go from here. I think I'm just going to chill out. I can Costly Plunder EOT and then get it back with the Blood Fountain at a later date. Not that that's a very great play, but we'll just try to keep things honest here. Love these blood tokens. They kind of make Goblin Shaman relevant again. Mowing down the theme, right? Because anybody that cares about that's going to be running the basics too. Alrighty. You know what? I think we probably just ditch a blood token here instead of a creature. A creature's keeping us alive. Let's get rid of a token here. Okay, we'll do that. Now we've got an active blood fountain or 2 or 3. And we can do that too. Ooh, that's fun, huh? Change it up with that. Do that. That dies. I can kill the fairy. That's pretty cool. All right. I'm just going to come on in here with the honest play. Blonk. It lives? I swore that was going to get countered. Don't get me started, Pauper Tim. All right. So we still take 4 life. We'll get it back next turn. We should probably, I think I'm just going to, I don't want to tip over the blood fountain for nothing. God, what is the deal here? Is there a memo going around? I hate this card. We just faced off against this crap. How can I kill that? I can kill it. Let's get rid of the rat. God, I hate Dinner Horror. At least it's not in a Tron package, but... Okay. Let's go like this. He probably thinks all we have is a sack outlet, but in reality we have more than that. We can kill the Dinrova Horror, this little Footlight Fiend. Do you see it? That's why I like Supernatural Stamina over the others. The Horror. Hey, that blows, huh? It always comes into play tapped. I wish there was one that didn't, that had a little bit better upside. Yeah, I can get all those back. Alrighty. Okay, well, that's going to hit. I'll keep the stamina for another turn or 3. Let's, we'll write this. Don't want to give away our surprise. Draw 2 cards and probably not do anything. Well, this changes things, doesn't it? So now we can trade with the Horror and we can lock in response. Never mind. All right. Keep our options open. Next turn we'll be doing some fun stuff. But for now, we shall wait. I probably wouldn't even have been bugged by the Dinrova Horror had this been the first matchup, but just having faced Tron and ranting about it. You guys know me. Blacula. Woo! Okay, so yeah, here in the States we celebrate Thanksgiving where we all gorge ourselves next week and like a gluttonous guest out of the new set, right? So it's going to be a... Okay, there's definitely like a memo going around. What on earth is going on? Well, I might as well draw 2 cards instead of lose stuff, so let's do this. It does feel strange. Very strange indeed. Wow, that is a lot of damage. Coming on over. Where is that rat? I gotta sack it and wipe off the board here. Get the rat and probably the vampire. We'll get it back. Yes. We'll do another one. This is... If we had a play map for this deck, it would just be a super slippery list, right? All right, let's we'll keep it till EOT. This turn's gonna hurt. We might not be able to recover. Maybe we're going to game 3. Yeah, this is very strange to see hard-casted Dinrova Horrors and 2 of them at plural. Right? Now, honestly, you think about it, instead of the Serrated Scorpion, we're going with that Vampire, which does really have closeout potential, but 3 Dinrova Horrors. I swear there's like some joke I'm not in on happening here. Well, I'm going to tap this, this, and this. We're going to get back Crypt Rats for sure, and we'll get back the Vampire. That'll keep us in it. And we just get this back in our hand. Then we have to discard something. I kind of like everything. We've got enough of you fountains. Let's do that. Best little horror house in Dinrova. Good times. There's a lot of damage happening here. Boy, if a Ghostly Flicker shows up, this is just going to be lights out. We can't even survive another swing here. So we're kind of stuck getting our Vampire out. We could take 9 if we block with the Crypt Rat and keep it alive via the Undying Evil or the Supernatural Stamina. We do have the treasure token, so I like that. And that'll come out of the blue. So let's do that. We'll trade with some of these horrors and get some of our life back. Now, if this dies, we can do all kinds of fun little stuff. And we can take the Assault. They'll go to 2 if this goes down, and then we can kill it on our upkeep and get it back if this doesn't get countered, which if it gets countered, the game's pretty much over. So here's the question, folks. Undying Evil or the other one? I'll say Undying, then we can block, which will probably just get countered. Yeah, he's got to have something by now. Alrighty, well, at least it cost him 2 there. Just all control, get off the board, clear the board, and smash for 4. Pretty good little, it's working good. As we're going to take all kinds of damage. Now our rats are irrelevant. We're going to game 3, guys. Unless I do something incredible. Denrova Shop of Horrors. Yes, I was in that show. Okay, well, we'll try this again. At least, will that even keep us? We'll be at 6, and then he comes over for all that stuff, and it's just over. So we'll just do it for theory's sake. Do they have a counter? Maybe not. Too bad we didn't get them one more time. Bam. We're just dead here. Alrighty. Off to game 3. 1-1. Lost 1. Let's go. Go out on your own terms, says Arvona. Hey, your first chat. Thank you for that. Nice to hear you chiming in. Yeah, I'm all Crypt Rats all the time. I love them, love them, love them. We haven't seen too many creatures, so I think I'm going to lay... I just misread what our opponent's on. So I'm going to bring in 2 Fleshbag Marauders. Those are always fun to get back against big old things. Snuff Out's going to be irrelevant. Crypt Rats doesn't seem to be doing anything. Maybe they're even running a Pestilence engine with the toughness backside of a lot of those creatures. I'm not sure. But we'll see if we can get our first match win. I've seen enough Denrova horrors to last a lifetime. Today. Enough of that card. Yes. Open up the yards, but I'm having fun. That's what matters. Yeah, we're kind of have a weird hand here, but we'll keep it. 3 lands is great lands. Always lead off with that ghast. We don't care if it dies or if it outlasts. Being a huge Boba Fett fan, I saw the new trailer. I'm a little late to the party on that. I've been so busy. Looks pretty cool. I sure hope Disney isn't going to rush that. I can't see making something the scope of Mandalorian and the new Boba Fett standalone series in one calendar year and having a, even a movie. That's incredibly hard to do. I hope they had a lot of stuff in the works and it doesn't feel half-baked, because I'm a wee bit afraid it might be. Alrighty, we're going to go in here. Now I can use this a little recklessly here. It's just a combat trick. We'll kill it. We'll hit for 3 instead of 1. Then we'll sacrifice it. We'll get a token out of the deal. We'll accelerate. We'll draw some cards. It's a lot of fun. Hit for 3. Our guy comes back. We're a little creature light, and this will help. Bloop. We'll do this. And here we go. That was pretty fun. I made all my friends laugh. A couple months back, I applied for my old job at Disney. It came available, and I get back this email that says, we decided to go with someone who's it's one of those copy paste artificial intelligence lines, like, whose experience more closely aligns with this position. I'm like, really? I was that position. I don't know how much more closely aligned you can get. Just shows you how few people are actually reading resumes anymore. It's just these bots. Not that I need it, but now it's fun because I got a good attitude because I've been working so much, and I can kind of laugh at that stuff instead of get truly maddened and angered by it. So good times. All right, here we go with this. We'll just come on over again. This is a very underwhelming attack we have going on here, so I'm going to dispute it this turn in hopes that I can just do stuff. We'll get 2 treasures out of the deal. The one the Ghast makes and the one the Deadly Dispute makes. We are really drawn dead here. Ouch. Alrighty. We still get a token out of the deal, and I think I'm just going to... Yeah, I'm going to do this now. I'm just going to kill this. Whoop. We will still draw cards. All right, boy, our deck is fighting us on this game. Article Necrovember. Insensitive. Probably not the show for you then. Sorry, buddy. I made that about 3 years ago, so if that has any context. Yo, Hex and Rouge in the house. Good times. Ba-ba-da-ba-bum. Ba-ba-bum. Hex and Rouge, one of our old timers. Yeah, heaven forbid a D&D game, right? All right. Man, we're just drawing all of our lands. That's what I get for putting in the number 18th land. Who knows? We shall see. The Bog does some work against us. I'm not going to lie. We got 4 Blood Fountains for a reason. It's mostly for acceleration, but it does free up a lot of design space, and that we don't need to have Unearth and such. Oh boy, just a festival of nothing here. We're just, had we have Vampire or whatnot, we might be able to do something, but we're getting dangerously close to Here Comes Dinrova time. We've got this, I'm going to do this now, and we'll get rid of a swamp. We're drawing enough of these here. Why don't you play black, Paul? You never play black? Black is new orange now that Halloween has passed. I believe I play it quite often. There are only 5 colors after all. That's there's always that rumor of a new color coming to Magic, right? Got to hang out again on Thursday night with our old buddy Little Fight and his D&D stream over at the Whole Card. It's always fun. I think we hosted it. Sometimes I forget to. Feel like a jerk. Yeah. All right. Well, if our deck doesn't start helping us out here, we are not long for this world. I'm just looking to not draw lands here. Come on. Let's go. All right. Let me get these for a reason. Let's do this. No need for a new color. Just get rid of blue. Captain Vlad, that's the quote of the day. That's awesome. Very cool. Alrighty. Yeah, we can trade here. That'll be pretty fun, right? Block with the Perilous Myr. I mean, it trades anyway, but we can get double value with the Supernatural Stamina because we're just drawing really clunky this round. So who knows? What do we have here? Getting back a counterspell, eh? Oh, Preordain. Oh, that's kind of intimidating. They go grab Preordain. They just got that 1 mana away, maybe? Who knows? Everything. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Might be able to kill that wall. We're a tiny bit away from that. Let's run into some stuff here. Get some artifacts out of the deal. Yeah, that'll be fun. Anybody want to block? Come on, block. There we go. That's the block I wanted. We'll bring this down. We'll at least get rid of the flickering wall abilities. We'll do the damage. We'll kill our dude. And I believe I'm going to lean on the dispute instead here. Get our guy back. Shoot the wall. We'll get our dude back. Our deck has been fighting us this entire roll. Alright, so we'll bring out another dude. Yeah, we'll do this. That way we've got a treasure token with Village Rites backup. So whenever possible, try to use your 2 mana spell instead of your 1. Because magic happens. Woo! Oh no! Not the card I want to see. This is not my day, man. Dinrovas and now Crypt Chittering Rats. 2 of the things I hate the most. Well, we've got 2 tricks. Probably put this back. Depending on what he does here. Okay, yeah. We're going to not let that happen. How are we going to do that? We're going to kill the rat. See you later, rat lock. And we draw 2 cards. It does feel that way, Dreamer Stingo. It's nice to see red get so much draw and green even get so much draw. It's good times. Whoa. All right, we don't have too much damage in our graveyard, but I'm happy we stopped that rat lock and we drew a card out of the blue. Green is the new blue. Yeah, green and red kind of taking a little bit of the power. All right, we still need quite a bit of stuff here to have stuff happen. We'll do here. We don't really have any tricks. I'm gonna run into this. Happy to trade with the Oracle. Keep things clear. Keep them out of Ghostly Flicker range. Opponent's at 15. They got so much mana. This is feeling like we're going to lose. I don't mean to sound like a defeatist, but hey, we'll be a realist. All right, we'll just swarm here. Because thanks to Supernatural Stamina, it's like a black combat trick. Yo. Yeah, Adventurous Impulse. Not many. I know Kung Fu Trees a couple years back, he had a cool, I think it was a Slivers list that ran those, and haven't seen it much since. I think it's an underplayed card in my opinion, but all right, we'll do this. And we're going to get rat locked again. Put this on top. Rat lock holiday. I know, man. Tron and now rat lock. Lordy. Somebody didn't send me the memo that I wasn't supposed to play Magic today. This is crazy. All right, well, we're just going to play this to stop this crap from happening. Now, if he wants to kill that in response to my spell, then we just do stuff. So, 3 mana to draw a card. Oh, not so true. He did get rid of mine in a frustration rage move, right? So they could kill a Myr in response to the Metalcraft trigger, but it won't get rid of their precious rat. Booyah. Wow, almost at 40 viewers. It's crazy. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Pauperganda. Saturdays, almost every Saturday. Same time, same place. Same quality, I hope for. Yeah, we're going to showcase, if you're new to our YouTube channel, or if you don't surf it, this will be new to you, our first commercial break. I don't leave an empty chair and let people drool for 5 minutes. I try to entertain you as I go get more coffee and use the facilities. However, we do have a new commercial of sorts today. And it showcases way back in 2017, we got to spoil Augur of Bolas. And it was very cool, but it's been crickets ever since. So kind of trying a little bit of a, hey, remember us, to the Wizard's machine and see where we can go. Well, let's attack with everything. Let's just keep the pressure up here. I want to get rid of that triggering rats. Yeah, some tricky little combat math going on here. Do you take it? Do you not? Does it kill you? Does it not? Yeah, it's a pretty good block there. It's tough, I tell you. What do you kill? What don't you? Cool. All right. Oh, this one, I'll just shoot that one, and then I'll make a token out of the deal. Let's keep things simple. We'll go like this. Say bye-bye, rat. Nobody likes a rat. Remember we could shoot that and shoot that. We could kill our own Myr and stuff, but I'm just going to, we're pretty low on the artifact list here, so we're going to do it this way. Whoop. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba. No more rats. There's 2 in the yard. Down goes the vampire. Where is our blood fountain? Come on, man. And here comes the dreaded creature. That's one way of getting rid of a creature. As we get bounced to death. Boop. Bye-bye. Blood fountain. Blood fountain. Let's go. Top deck it. We get it all back. What's that Goonies phrase? On the 12th day of Christmas, 2 horrors Deluxecoff must face 12 Chitterings, 11 Tron lands, 10 Denrovors, 9 Ghostly Flickers, 8 Ephemerate, 7 Turbo Foglock, 6 Atog Flings, 5 Spell Stutter Sprites, 4 Mana Floods, 3 Mana Screws, 2 Delver Flipping turn 3, and an hour-long game against a slow opponent. Pauper Tim, I love you, my friend. That was awesome. Oh, yeah, Hex and Rouge. We played the Serpentine, I think it was the first week it came out. I had a list brewed on it, and I don't think we lost a game on that one. That was a fun one. So I don't want to get fog locked here. So this is I think they got us, even though the life totals suggest otherwise. I got 3 cards to our none, and we kind of have to play out our hand and not keep any secrets. So I'd like to face a non-control list. Blop. And we discard it. And if I don't draw something good, I'm going to scoop, and we'll be right back for some cooler other rounds after I get some more coffee. And hopefully I can wiggle free of this Denrova sign that seems to be on my forehead for like a prerequisite for each matchup, right? Yo. Pop. Well, isn't this the way the deck's going today, right? We don't have Metalcraft for the first time in a while. All right, guys. We'll be back for another round right after this. Be back in just a sec.
Keith Primmett, New York Post. Is it true that many of the throwing stars used in the failed massacre were indeed throwing stars from your own collection?
The throwing stars that I use in my business were locked in my cabinet. It's this throwing star music and the throwing star sitcoms that are the real culprits.
Yes, Carrie Downey, USA Today. Is it possible that your son is emulating you by mimicking certain aspects of your profession?
Only occasionally have I taken my son on ninja raids, and I have never taught him to focus the killing chi of the forefathers. It is these ninja movies that are influencing our children. My son rented that Pat Morita movie, American Ninja 5. Pat Morita is the one who should go to jail. I'll pull the switch on Pat Morita myself. Ninjas don't kill people. Pat Morita playing ninjas kills people.
Sid Kidman, Newsday. Ninjas do kill people.
And we're back. Hopefully you like that old classic. Hopefully I don't get a strike. Here we go. I'll keep this up. Boop. And hope for the best. Boop, boop. All right. Something that I don't think can cast in Denrova Horror. We shall find out. All right. If you look closely, we've got Metalcraft easily here, even though we don't have really any lands that will fake otherwise. Always love that Ninja, the Deep Hours. Ooh, the Flamebreaker shows up. All right. We can dance at that game. Of course, we can't really get through that skin, can we? However, we could do it that way. Very curious. Let's... Hold on a minute here. Do that. Each opponent. No creatures involved. So let's bring out our dude. We don't really need to sacrifice our Ghast here. We'll save it for that Deadly Dispute or something, so we'll go like that. Blacula. That's kind of a thing on my bucket list. I think I don't have many travel wishes, but I would like to see the Northern Lights, but mostly, actually that is most. Right behind it would be something to do with Dracula's castle and the real place and stuff. I just like going to things like that and just kind of trying to absorb, not that, you know, you turn into a bat or anything, but it is just kind of cool to have that kind of lore. Me being such a big Halloween fan and all. Shouldn't surprise many people. Are you ready? Well, we've got a way to get rid of that, so let's do it now. We'll attack. Yeah. Sneaky removal. Okay. We'll go like that then. Let's bring out your dead. Let's do this, and we'll just sit on a dispute, I guess. Just EOT it. Different possibilities. And kill those guys. Keep our Myr out. Vampire's Kiss. Boom! Metalcraft. It's a bit wonky, but might work. Hasn't yet. Good times. Good news for us is I think that playing a Flame Breaker, they probably have a ton of kill that, stop that, and this is not the kind of deck that you really want to be killing stuff against. So, of course, Chromatic Stars, nice little slip in the logic there. That still works. Yeah, that's what I love. They Hex and Rouge, if you missed out, I overplayed the hell out of Black for the last few months because there's a deck I called the best Black deck, and I think the day we played it we went 4-1 or 5-0, I'm not sure, but it does smash. And I wish it was kind of the new face of NBC, but it does have just a ton of draw like that. It's good times. All right, I just need some stuff, so I'm just going to bring this out. We'll get some artifacts going on here. Treasure token. But yeah, it is fun when you go up against a blue list and you look down and you're like 3 cards up on them. It's like, woo! And now we've got some options here. Let's attack. Whoop. Go from here. I'll try to play maybe something with planes next week. Who knows? So now we can get kind of a 2-for-1 out of this deal, right? This will just kill it. Our dude will come back. We'll be able to take out the other guy. And then our Fleshbag can do some stuff, right? That'll be fun. Boop. Who needs removal when you got creatures that do it? Oh, check it out. He comes back. And crunch. And then we'll play this. Boop. Hooray! Against Hexproof and such, you want to sack your own Marauder. But I think I'll just get rid of this and we'll keep our Metalcraft up. Boo-doo-doo. 3 of those. That'd be a bit overextension there. I could sack it and put a lot of pressure on, but we're one cannonade away from this being a bloodbath of the wrong kind. Man, what a greedy list, right? Not in theory of like what it needs, but like we've got all this treasure and just blood everywhere. It reminds me of that the original artwork for Greed. Hex and Rouge, where you been all my life? We used to see you around all the time. It's good to have you back. Did life get in the way of magic, or did you just get tired of my shiny head? That was insulting to me. I'm not okay with that. Wildfire showing up. The Fleshbag grabbing some attention. Ooh, Hex and Rouge with the endless combo. Well, you can always email. It's pretty rare that I play something like that. The more intense a deck list is, the worse it is for a stream, I have found. I like to play aggro quite a bit. Makes the show fast-paced and keeps things moving. All right, let's attack. They seem a little creature light, so I'm going to extend a little bit more than I probably should here. But not before we draw first, because that might change some things. Let's drink some blood in the spirit of Blacula. Mwah. All right, well, that makes things a little easier. Whoop. Here we go. Yeah, I'll play it. Yeah, let's just go for broke. If he doesn't have a creature, this at least represents some sort of a clock. If he wipes off the board, we still hit him for 4. Yeah, Nim or Lorraine Sushi, but she isn't here today. Or Shibrazamon are my mods on this imaginary ship of the metagame floating through the universe. All right, we've got some life coming our way. I don't like that. Let's discard this land. I love me some blood tokens for that very reason. Ugh, and we get a land. That's maddening, isn't it? Oh, let me attack with just 1. Yeah, that's my email there. If you needed Hex and Rouge, feel free to send any list or tech or money. Credit card accounts. Just kidding. Our vampires are in short supply. Oh, we get to see some new cards here. Reckless Impulse. I've yet to see this one played. I collected it. I have not put it in a single list yet. Whoa, what a draw, huh? Look at that. Nice. Very nice. Boy, I sure wish I had a Village Rites here. Hex and Rouge wondering how much draw I've got. Well, not enough, because I'm looking at a swamp after tripping 2 swamps to some blood tokens, and it's still no good. Yeah. And thank you, yes, Leman One Russ for the sub. I saw that during the break. I wanted to make sure I mentioned you, and thank you so much for the support. All of you are getting a whole lot of love today, so I greatly appreciate it. Ooh, the Alchemist showing up. Okay. Where are we going with this? So that can become a 4/4. And this is just a clue, just double checking. It's got 1 mana that can become a 4/4, so I'm going to double block. I'll do it like this. This is like that build I made a while back called Super Bully, with just all the best Boros cards, not so much the flying angle, but just all the life gainers and such. Appreciate greatly, my friends. Yeah, we always do the buy me a coffee link. If you do like to support the show and such, that's the best way to do it. Alrighty, well, let's first see if this kills it. I guess we have to kind of go all in, don't we? Does he just bolt us in response? What's that read again? Reckless Impulse until the end of your next one. Yeah, so he's got to kind of do it here. Can I undo that? I should have just pointed the Myr at him and shot him for 1. A little bit of a misplay there. And by a little bit, I mean a misplay. Nice little guarding of the language, right? We'll just yield through here. This one's not looking good for us now. What's going on? Maybe this list sucks. Been having a lot of fun with it and winning more than losing, that's for sure. Man, if this was that other one, that would be really sweet, because then we could just walk into this. I think we'll still do it, though. Have they seen, yeah, they've already seen Supernatural Stamina, so this might trick them into, and I like to hesitate here, like, oh, you didn't fall for it, even though we didn't want them to fall for it. I really want you guys to see when it happens, because it happens pretty regularly for me anyway, when I'm able to blink the vampire by killing it with an Undying Evil, and it's a lot of fun. And honestly, it's probably more of a correct way for longevity and flexibility of deck design, going with more of an Orzhov build, and you could, play Omen of the Dead, Skyfisher, and go that route. That's obvious. That's kind of the more obvious route. I was trying to keep this just black, and seeing what's up for the efficiency. And who am I kidding? Crimson Vow just came out, and so I'm trying to play some new cards, but this will be the last week we do that. Who knows? Maybe next week I'll play a Reckless Impulse deck. Oh, yeah. Arvona, I really love Galvanic Relay. It's probably one of my favorite cards of the last year. I really wish Wizards... Boy, never knew that was a tongue twister. I really wish Wizards would slow their roll on new sets. Maybe take 1 or 2 out and make the releases bigger. I remember, what was that, like 3 years ago? They announced that new, it's like every 2 months we get some new cards, and it's, in theory, it's great, but I don't know. It kind of I just wish things were a little more special. You overdo stuff like that, and you give a kid the toy they want every single day, and then they don't appreciate it as much, and then before you know it, it's like, here it is, and they're like, oh, all right, That's kind of what new sets are starting to feel like. It's like I blink and it's like, oh, did you see the new spoiler? It's like, good grief. I haven't even finished signing with these cards. It's a good sign for the design state, right? They know what they're doing, but lordy. Well, guys, I think for the rest of the matches, I'm just going to cut a land because the blood tokens aren't eating that 18th land fast enough, and it's really frustrating me right now. DJ, I have a deck for you. Yeah, because what was it? They had for the longest time, it was 2 sets a year. And it was just enough time where you just were like, man, when's the new set coming out? And you're kind of, chomping at the bit to see it, anything about it. And it was special. But Foundry Helix, talk about cards that were spoiled about a year ago. Woo! 4 damage to any target. Hey, that's a pretty good meta call there. That's a lot of mana for that, though. But, bam. Well, we're going to lose to Boros. It's pretty cool to lose to one that's got these new toys, right? See, this is a card. You look at it, you're like, what? Wait. And it's like, yeah, because maybe if the sets came out slower, you'd see more Foundry Helix decks. Yeah, I think it has been a few years, and it's, I don't know. Everything's kind of feeling just, here it is again. Here, it's Christmas again. It's Christmas. It's Christmas. It's like, all right already. All right. Unfortunately, we're getting used to writing this letter L down today. I want this deck list to show up outside of a little mini punt. I don't think it's been on my end, but I think for the rest of the thing, I am going to go back to 17 basics, because that's getting frustrating. All right. Snuff Out's going to pull a lot of duty here, but so is Lifestaff to keep us alive and in it. Bring in 2 of those. I like our plan there, but I'm going to get rid of 1 Undying Evil, 1 Fiend. Not quite sure. I really focused on quality, but we did see a lot of Therbin Inspectors, so I don't know if that play is really going to be able to repeat itself. So I'll bring in, I think 2 Snuff Outs might be good. I mean, they're always good, but just got to be careful of the life swing there, right? Here we go. Alrighty. Alrighty. It's like a C+ hand for this list, but really considered even getting rid of Vampire's Kiss. It's, boy, does it accelerate you, though. But I tend to only cast it when I'm already winning, that sort of card, so. Eternal Spinner plus Ancestral Statue. Bounce itself, huh? Endless Artifacts. Check out that list. My old fan favorite, Hexen Rouge. One of the few names I can pronounce. Everybody's got such strange monikers. All right, let's bring out the guy that likes to die. Tick, 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 tick. This is probably one of the few exceptions that I like sound effects in Magic. When the few times I've played Arena, what is it? Explosive apparatus. I love the sound effect they did on that. So much so that I went looking for it for an edit I was doing. I needed that exact sound, but very cool. Alrighty. The Smashy Lands are back. Oh, I think I'm feeling in a heroic mood for next week. Maybe I'll just play something like that. So again, this is a combat trick and thematic to the deck. We kind of have our choice of when we want to have Metalcraft here with this hand. For right now, I'll play this. It's even a Cannonade here. We can at least keep it alive with the stamina and shoot him for 4. 5 after this attack, so we'll be all set. Well, yeah, if any of you missed Little Fight, our old partner in crime for, gosh, started Pauperganda in 2016. You can still catch him Thursday nights on the whole card, playing D&D with a group of very offensive people. I'll just warn you that right now. With the temperature of the states here and everybody being hypersensitive and so quick to be offended, probably not the show for you. But if you got a good attitude about you and you can take a joke, it's a really fun evening. Okay, nothing else to do. We might as well attack and Vampire's Kiss. MTGO 2.0 installed. Old sound effects. Oh, nice. Yeah, man, I look at some... I don't know. I think it's so hard to get rid of a PC, right? I got rid of my old Mac, the huge tower. It was just gigantic a while back. But, man, it's... I got the one that I started Pauperganda with, and holy cow, talk about a dinosaur. I was like, I did a show with this? It's crazy. That's probably a really good business idea. I know there's options out there for people to do that, but I think because I'm not against... Hold on. I'm trying to think what to do here. I'd like to keep that alive. It'll help us keep Metalcraft. Bit. Lose one, lose the other. Who knows? They're going to take 4. I'll shoot, and we'll shoot. I don't see Electricity very much anymore. Nice to know it's not dead. But it would be an interesting business model for somebody to make it very turnkey, where you just, almost like you just go to a place and they just pull all the pictures and stuff off and hand you a little zip drive and then throw it in a big old recycle pile and with a bunch of magnets or something. I don't know. It turns into quite the weekend when you have to do that kind of stuff, because then you start looking for adapters and wait, how's this thing talk to this and download this and nuts. Well, we know that Vampire is not going to be long for this world when we cast it. However, we do have Blood Fountains for a reason, and it's to get stuff back. Oh, let's see what it's going to be in our future. Another Impulse and a Lightning Bolt. The very first one that I ever started playing Pauper with was just this old, crazy, old Dell, and wasn't even widescreen, and I remember getting everything off of that one and then just throwing it off the balcony. I think I posted the picture on Pauperganda too. That was a lot. That was funny. All right, let's do this. Well, no, he can just bolt that in response. That kind of blows. He's just going to bolt that in response. But we still get a 4 body out of it. I'm going to do it. Oh, didn't see that coming. Man, Manatee, that's just the ultimate kick in the crotch, right? It's like, ouch. We will be saving that Snuff Out. Yeah, we'll just do this. I'm losing, but I'm having a lot of fun. Thanks for joining me, everybody. We got all kinds of new cards from our opponent, Zardos. How do you pronounce an X? See, that's the bad thing about Little Fight not being in the chat. See, nobody speaks or can translate for me. My dyslexic self. Alrighty. I'd say we just let this through. Kind of the same logic coming at us. We don't care if our dude dies, but I don't want to trade it in for an inspector. Pronounced sourdough. Sourdough. Yeah, I got into a pretty grim situation with that just the other day where I didn't notice a misspelling on a promo and it almost went out that way. Thankfully, I caught it at the last minute. Helps when I spell things backwards. That helps. All right, we'll shoot this down. Keep the creatures on a light persuasion. And Chimsky. All right, well, let's get rid of the problem child straight away. I'll just cast this hardcore. Preserve our life. And I am tired of drawing lands. Hiya! Alrighty. I've got another thing that doesn't like to get picked on because it'll poke you back. So for, actually I shouldn't say who it's, well, I can't even say that because it's going to ruin a Christmas surprise to somebody that might be watching the stream. So never mind. Sorry for that. You know it's live when I do stuff like that, see? I think that at the very end of the show, you should play one match on Chandelar. Is that what you mean? You know, I tried to get Chandelar. I got it working and everything, and I even came up with a nice skin for it and made it look like Pauperganda, and it's just so old and kind of decrepit that I couldn't get it to go. It just fought me. Won't stream it. The original Diablo was that way too. I was thinking it'd be pretty fun. My son, Aaron Sapphire Online, he's a big fan of it. There's never a dead game in this house because my youngest will just, you think he's done with something. It could be even like an old Nintendo Wii or Switch or something game, and he'll bring it back. I'll think it's about time to, you know, sell it, get rid of it, donate it, whatever, and then all of a sudden for like 2 weekends he'll be playing it. So, but similar to my point with the expansions, right? That's what happened with him. He wanted to play Chandelar so bad. He was just talking about it all the time. Then, of course, once it, you know, mom figured it out, downloaded the right thing, some YouTube video, played it for a weekend, and then was done with it. And hasn't really been back too much since. I see him play Cockatrice even, too. Serrated Scorpion, that's probably my favorite. And that's in the original Blacklist that we run here. So, which, maybe I'll just fire that up and play that in the last 2 rounds so we have a chance of winning, because we're running into maybe I was playing too many. No, I beat some really good lists, but a lot of them were on memory, were hexproof and heroic, and able to have a lot of staying power, but so far not so good. Yeah, we're gonna get blasted to death, I tell ya. Don't think we're getting out of this one. Oaken Demon. Well, we double block, and he does some stuff there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sure. Trying to stay alive. Bonk. Gets all of his life back. Pow, 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 pow. Fun to throw some paint at the wall, even artifact paint, see if it sticks. And yeah, we gotta commit to this because of the Galvanic Blast in their hand. Get it out of burn range. Of course, that's going to be meant for our hit. Oh, I've got a few Ruthless Ripper lists, Hex and Root, believe it or not. Got a one called Black Bow, and it has, I think, 4 Veridin Longbows main, and might be a good idea to put this draw engine in it, because if you draw extras, you can chomp them with Deadly Dispute or Costly Plunder. I mean, a lot of Death Touch dudes out there, and Ruthless Ripper's a lot of card. All right, I'm going to lick my wounds. Even though we're at 20, we're just drawing like crap. And I think we're going to have to make some changes here. So let's go over to our collection. And since we've got some new people that don't know the list, I think I'm going to take a wooden stake and drive it through Blacula's heart, metaphorically speaking, and put this list to bed. This is like, I think twice in like a month I've had something that performed well privately and then just gets destroyed on online. So this is what it was based on. It's my old favorite Black Sack, which does have 17 lands. Very similar, exactly similar draw engine, but we do have what we're talking about in the chat in the Serrated Scorpion. I promise we will not play black next week, but for right now, I think I'm going to finish up the show with this. But before I do, I'm going to go lick my wounds, enjoy another commercial, be right back right after this.
Welcome to Sideboards Explored, Disruption and Prevention. Duress goes a long ways towards ruining your opponent's game plans on the very first turn. At worst, you get free intel on your opponent's hand strength. Okiba Gang Shinobi. This is the card your opponent never wants to see. If left unanswered, it can turn the tide of battle if not dealt with immediately. Flaring Pain is the only answer outside of a counterspell for some of the most powerful fog effects Pauper has in its arsenal. Dispel is an all-star in a format where almost every deck has instant tricks that you'll be happy you can stop with this gem. Hydroblast and Pyroblast are fantastic catch-all options when facing off against enemy colors. You have access to 8 of these in the form of Blue Elemental and Red Elemental Blasts, but be careful, as the Elemental Blasts are not as flexible as Hydroblast and Pyroblast are. Moment's Peace often feels like multiple Time Walk effects on the battlefield. Do not underestimate the power of Fog. Curfew punishes players for going all in on a creature, especially good versus heroic decks and hexproof. Prismatic Strands often acts as a one-sided Wrath of God, but a more common use is simply to prevent damage. Obviously good versus big red spells like Rolling Thunder or Fling, its ability to flash back makes the power of this card border on being absurd. Cleansing Wildfire is a flexible answer to Tron and Karoo lands, simultaneously providing card advantage and ramp when targeting your own indestructible lands. Relic of Progenitus is a necessary evil in many sideboards and metagames. Remember, you can trip this while your own graveyard recursion spells are on the stack. For example, a Raven's Cry, buying you a card and saving your own graveyard synergy. Stormbound Geist is a superb option for blue mages in both Myr as well as when facing off against heavy removal style decks. Lumathread Field is nasty tech for decks that aim to go wide by playing a lot of little creatures. The majority of mass removal comes in black and red, and aside from early discard, once this sticks, it's almost impossible for black or red mages to remove it. Also in this vein are Spider Silk Armor and Goblin Caves. Standard Bearer can be gruesome versus decks like Stompy, Elves, Hexproof, etc. The play mistakes and game tempo this card causes are legendary.
And we're back. I believe, is this Shirazamon's username? It sounds very familiar. Okay, let's see what we can do with this hand. Not much right out of the gates, but we'll try this. Different deck. Very similar. What the other one was based on. Hopefully this one does better. There is the little man. Hey, yeah, we might as well equip it with that. See what we can see. Maybe it'll buy a little free swing here. Get this guy online for a 2/2. Boop. Life on the stack. 5 coming at us if the Scorpion gets squished. Anybody ever go in the desert at night with those UV lights and see one of those glow in the dark? Gets you every time. And we're playing the game called Magic, but there's a lot of magic in real life. Just look up or look very closely at something every once in a while. Pretty cool stuff. Alrighty. Let's do this. Hiya. Yeah, and Chimsky been working a little bit on those and updating them here and there. I'll always miss a few things here and there. It is only me behind the scenes, but yeah, I think the other one was like 5.5 minutes. It's like, oh boy, if I need a bathroom break that long, something's going wrong. Well, we don't care if stuff dies, so let's bring it out. Bloop. I'd rather this be on that, so let's put it on there. He wants to shoot it in response. We kill the beetle. I always think that too, Dreamer Stingo, when somebody's name is like, you know, Bob156. It's like, was 155 taken? Very strange. All right. Well, this Crypt Rat's going to have a whole lot of fun here. I think quite a few things are going to die. Whenever another creature dies. We don't really care about this. Black Sack. Yeah. I've got my pride, damn it. I've got to have a little bit of a pressure go on here. Let's do this. Still one of my very favorite decks. Probably my favorite of this last year. Honestly, it's just so much fun. And look at this interaction. It's just awesome. All right, let's kill the dude. The engine. We'll do that. And if you look closely, we're going to play 2 more creatures at the end of this turn here. That's true, we did sacrifice, but the Perilous Myr comes back with the explosion of a lifetime, folks. Oh, I think it's very relevant. It's just, you know, like I said, I'm always trying to show you guys new ideas, new lists, and the you know, to block my last complaint about, you know, everything being like so too much, too often and stuff. I'm always trying to, you know, there's decks that I want to play, and then there's decks that, you know, it's like, oh, well, this has the newer cards, and try to keep things relevant and fresh and new, and just like our opponent's doing. So all at the expense of sometimes crashing and burning really hard, but that's nothing. Everyone has an experience, especially when streaming. Well, we're going to be able to stay alive really nicely here. It's probably pretty frustrating for our opponent that we can just keep marching over and we want our stuff to die, right? I think we just rats here for 1 and take the damage and go for it. We'll attack. Yep. Oh, since October, I don't believe so. I think it's exactly the same. So yeah, if you want to post that list, I'd appreciate it. And Chimsky, sorry, I was not preparing for Blacula to run into so many vampire hunters, to put it nicely. 3, we'll bring out the rat, and we'll just go like that. We lose 2 dudes. He loses 2 dudes. We get to do a lot more damage, and we get a bunch of stuff back too. Boop. And get back that any creature in our graveyard. They come out with something big and fat. The Fleshbag Marauder gets it. Lots of fun. I wish I had a better name for the list, but it'll have to do. Hissing Iguanar. That's it shows up every once in a while, about the same frequency we're seeing now. It's pretty cool artwork as far as like a kind of a minimalist color palette, right? It's nice. A lot of these things go crazy. Another really good card. Doesn't see enough play. Alrighty, yeah. Here we go. So the coolest thing, if you're new to this Black Sack style, is that you can, you get to this point where the person can't block, they can't attack, they can't kill your stuff, because if they do, stuff dies, and good times. Alrighty. Let's bring back, what shall we bring back? Let's bring back this guy. And then, shall we kill him? Stuff's going to die anyway. I guess we'll just do that. I'm going for the 3. We'll kill the little bushwhacker. Crypt Rats is just always a reset button against so many decks. Are you going to kill my birdie? Hey, yeah, I should play this next week because it's a turkey. It's a turkey vulture. Here in the States, we got the wow, mid 40s on viewers. This is crazy. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Maybe I should lose more often. Hey, they are Santos. Thank you for chiming in and joining us. Turkey. Yummy, yummy. So if that dies, it's all good times. We'll just put this out here as bait. Cannonades, we just win, so we don't really care about the overextension. It's kind of a magnet. Do something and win now. But see, even Cannonade doesn't win here. It loses. I guess you could drop a lifeland in Cannonade and then get out of the woodwork. Yo. It's the only thing I don't like about having Bone Picker in this list is that we care about the Bone Picker, right? Crypt Rats, I guess we care a little bit about it. But usually when we play it, it's either as a lightning rod to like keep our head safe, or to just we're already prepared to lose it. But Bone Picker, that's lightning bolt on a stick in the air. Alrighty. Whoop. Alrighty. It's up against the little swarmy dudes, but they kind of care. We're kind of pre-boarded here. We've got a lot of sneaky removal. I think I'm just going to keep everything as is. Crypt Rat's really good. 2 Fleshbag Marauders is kind of nice if they build tall with their guy instead of wide. I think I'm just going to keep it as is. So there's your answer, Nimchimsky. 4 Duress. 1 more Fleshbag in the side. As far as if it matches the old list. I would be surprised if more than 1 card changed. I doubt it. So we're going second, and this is the kind of hand you keep because you have to think of this as a swamp, especially when you have this. So we'll keep. Let's see, run 17 land mana base, but this is the build of mono black because it is mono black. I mean, we do have some artifacts, and we do have a Rakdos card and the Little Devil. So in theory, it's not mono black if you squint very hard, but I like to think it is. I think this is the better way to roll with it instead of just having those, Gary / Chittering Rats goggles on and refusing to try anything new. Had I been that way, we wouldn't have had some of these deck lists. I think we've had like 2 or maybe even 3 shows with the Halloween show where this has been the prominent deck, but there's a reason. It's a lot of fun, draws a lot of cards, as Hexen Rouge has pointed out. I think if you add up all those, it almost equals half of your deck, the amount of things that you can get. So, if I block and kill that, we can do that. But I actually need the mana here, so I'm going to preserve our Ghast here. Well, this is getting a wee bit frustrating. Let's do this. We'll attack here. We'll Rites, and if we don't draw a land, I'm going to scream. Of course, we will have one in the form of the... now I'm forced to do this for the artifact and not for the kill spell, but... Treasure Token. Seriously, one of the surprise cards of the year for me when you're playing this kind of style. It's just always relevant. Always cool. We draw 2 cards. We kind of fix our mana. It's a wow. Okay, we didn't see much direct damage, so I'm tempted to just drop this Bone Picker. I think that's the play. I don't see any red across from us, and it'll allow us to race. Let's do it. Let's live dangerously. Okay, there's that. Okay, so we would have played right into their hands, just like people play into our hands when they try to kill stuff. Ah, that's something you don't see very often anymore. The tribal sorcery of Warren Weirding. We will sacrifice our only creature, and unfortunately, one of the only things that doesn't really talk to Unearth very well. Ha. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, Victim of the Night. Oratico. If I didn't know better, I would think that was Alex Ullman. All right, let's try this and this. All right, mana showed up. Let's get things in order here. We'll start doing stuff next turn, I promise. For right now. That's what's so cool about the history of Pauper, and it just goes so deep and you get this. It's like, remember this? You can search for it with the Goblin Matron. Whoo! I think they're in the same position we are. Yeah, Victim of Night used to be, gosh, that was Glimpse of Darkness, I think, the -4/4. Yeah, Black used to have to extend pretty far to get things moving. I'm going to unearth the Ghast. Not the most intriguing play, but I want to kill it so that we can get some options here. And we're going to do it before we do anything else. Hiya! Let's get some mana. Or kill stuff. But for right now, we're going to get mana. Give me something. Good grief. All right, well, can't complain too hard. We do have 3 mana sources out. We all are only running 17, but come on now. Now I'm in that artifact mindset, right? I'm feeling like we're playing Blacula still. We are not. I don't care about this treasure token, and to prove it, I will play red. Make our opponent squint, and then go, wait, oh, that little sneaky devil. Hey-yo. Deadly Dispute. We've got kind of a similar game plan. They're looking for that second color. We don't have the drawback of that. There it is. Is this a Hissing Iguanar? Ooh. Such a great card. Love me some Impact Tremors. And oh boy. I sense a great summoning next turn. I think we're going to have a Koldatha Rebirth hit us for like 6. That will suck. We're just going to attack here. I'm going to kill the Scorpion and draw. I'm really getting tired of not hitting our land here. Come on. Get us back to 20. Let's go. There's a land. I forgot what they look like. Alrighty. Do we drop the dude? I think we do. We don't really need much more than that. Let's go. Any deck that plans on turning things sideways and attacking us is usually cannon fodder for this kind of style, because we want our stuff to die outside of what I just mentioned in the sometimes Crypt Rats, but mostly Bone Picker. Boy, it feels like I haven't done a show in months. I'm all fired up. It might be the super caffeine talking here. Interesting list. I think instead of the Myr Servitor plan, that's something that just never seems to work, you know? Boy, somebody's got a Deadly Dispute. Yep, I agree. Every once in a while I'll run into that old corrupt deck, and it's usually when I'm playing something that is ready to kill a bunch of creatures, and I'm like, oh no, I can't do it now. I think I'm just going to play this. I don't even know if I should equip it here. I kind of want to have an option in that Costly Plunder. I'll just attack. What am I getting here? Whoop. Not like we're going up against Burn, so. All right. I'm just going to keep it on our turn just so we don't take the damage. Try to keep the board a little clear. Let's see what we can see. We might draw something, but yeah, we're probably walking into some. Yep, I was right. But we made them pot committed, so. Woo! Okay. Boy, that Unearth gets everything under the sun except for the Bone Picker. It's funny, if Vampire Nighthawk was legal, I wouldn't want it in this deck because of the Bone Picker. It's that flexible. Oh boy, this looks like it's going to hurt us this turn. Does he have the Koldatha Rebirth? Or you could have Dragon Fodder. Or I could have Krenko's Command. What's that one that costs 3? There's one that Therbatch Revolt or something. And that's like the worst one. Boom. Okay. I think it's going to be equipping Lifestaff time and preserving our life total, because this looks like it could sneak up on us pretty quick. Thatcher Revolt, that's the one. That's a terrible one. Sacrifice them. It's like, good grief, you paid 3 for 3 little 1/1s and you can't even keep them? What kind of deal is that? But if bad cards weren't printed, it wouldn't be the game we all know and love. So, have at it. Oh, check it out. I have to sacrifice something. I don't know if they thought this through. All right. Well, he can't sacrifice anything else, so I might as well kill the big beetle, right? He's like, God dang it. Much better play. For some reason, I thought that was targeted at me, but he targeted himself. Much better play. Good times. Let's see what I can do here. Ooh, look at our life. We are not long for this world. Hey, wow. That's 4. Really needing some mana. Really needing some life. Not both. I could get 2 out of that deal. Just looking at my sideboard here. Do we even have... Yeah, we have the Scorpion there. I'm going to cast this on the Scorpion. Yeah, we don't have any more outlets, and we've got a whole hand of rats. We might take a Galvanic Blast to the face here and not be long for the world. Let's do this. And then we'll do this. Keep our guys up. We're at 5. I don't want to attack here. We've seen some Bushwhackers and other Tricknology and Double Impact Tremors. Yeah, we're probably going to a game 3 here. Every once in a while we'll play a very old list. I think I played my very first Stompy list. It had a Shield of the Oversoul and like Wild Mongrel. Oh, I love this card. Foul Tongue Shriek. If you're going to lose, you want to lose like this. Target opponent loses 1 life for each attacking creature. Wham! Awesome. He's probably got some sort of trick. Woo! Foul Tongue Shriek. I had considered putting that in Brute Squad for a while. I had a list I was working on, creatively speaking, named Dark Squad. All right. We're going to a game 3. And as long as our mana doesn't fight us the whole time, I think we'll be all right. Maybe 1 less of this and 1 more of this. I think that's wrong. I think we'll keep it like that. Boop. Yeah, Dreamer Stingo, I think so too. It's those kind of cards. And see, if they only released sets every once in a while, people might be able to digest the cards and do more with them, right? Yeah, we are... I could easily play top stuff and week after week after week and just kind of be boring, but we're all about showcasing new stuff, so if you're curious. Yeah, I want to play first. Let's go. Entertainment first, meanness second. Ugh, this is gross. I mean, we've got this. Do I throw this back? We kind of have a longer game plan here. We've got the rat if they overextend. Let's keep, just because we can maybe entrap them with this mana and the rat. And we've got the longevity of a Lifestaff. Oop. Yep, loss of life damage is probably Black's best claim to fame. And it's so hard to... I'm teaching a neighbor Magic, She's about 78, part of our play group. And it's that kind of stuff that really trips people up. It's like damage. No, it's loss of life. It's like, huh? Then you get that, like, boy, I'll tell you what game is hard. Mahjong. I'm not talking the computer one that you just load up and you play mix and match, Simon Says. That's not even the same game. Real Mahjong is like intense. And at our last game night, she brought out this set from like before World War II. It was awesome. It smelled like nicotine in a bad way. She's not a smoker, but the person that gave the set to her and died was. And just these huge tiles. And I think we played 3 games and it took like 4 hours and nobody won. I had no idea. I just thought it was like the same as the card, the version you see on the computer. And boy, what a trip. It's getting pretty hard for us to learn a new game, but that's one of the old classics that we just never had played. Bum, bum, bum. Love that card. Not a fan of the new art. As we rock on through. So this is when I do like to play a very vulnerable Crypt Rat because we've got Unearth right behind it. Feels pretty cool. We'll smash on in here because this little 2-for-1 logic doesn't quite work with this, and especially since we've got the freedom of the spell there. 1, 2, 3, boop. And here we go. Eddie Mom. It's just fun to say. And yet I got another job offer. It's going to maybe come through next week. And it's awesome for everything except I've got to drive there. And so it's actually quite a thing. I don't know if they're all in on the masks thing or not, because here in California sometimes you can get some. That would just suck to work 8 hours with all those things on it. Let's do this. Yeah, we'll just attack here. Well, let's go. Oh, we have Deadly Dispute. I think our opponent does too. Everybody's disputing the dispute. Alrighty. Not quite sure if this is in our interest here. Screw it. Let's do it. Boop. Boink. Done. Probably hold down control next time and maybe trip it for 0. But whatever. We'll gain some life. We will attempt to bring this out. And as a little like, maybe they want to kill it now if they've got a bolt. Okay, now I'll go all in with the. This bird's probably not going to live a turn. Bolt, bolt, bolt. I'm sure that mount. Oh, wow. Well, maybe not. We're at least safe from the sacrificial spell that we saw, but I'm sure with the mana base they've got a Galvanic Blast in the list. Yeah, we run all 12 of the draw spells. Village Rites for the efficiency and the quickness. Can't beat that. Costly Plunder is the worst. So when you can, if you have a choice, try to play Plunder just so it doesn't sit dead in your hand, because there are times when it will. Careful here. We can't really do too much there. Let's attack. Because by sacrificing, we are pumping that dude up. They take 5. Let's bring back Crypt Rats. Boop. Shall we? That just does damage. I think we ought to do that. Well, let me do this. So it's not sacrificing. Of course, in response, I want to sacrifice it, darn it. Yeah, but then that would still work. So I can still sacrifice it and do this. Let's do this. We'll pay 1. Say done. When I sacrifice this, it will get to 2, but the Shambling Ghast will take care of the rest. I just don't want this getting out of control. I said this one, right? Okay, yeah. Poop. Poop. This one, please. Now it'll go to 2. The Ghast will gain us 3 life. The rest will kill that. Won't be a bit naked, but... Zap. We gain 3. We tell this to go to the grave. And we drew kind of well. Even if we don't have a land, we can still trip the treasure token. So unlike the last list, we don't really care too much about this stuff, do we? Cast this on. Yeah, why not? We'll put it on the rat. And I believe... What shall we put this on? The Bone Splitter? Bone Splitter? Bone Picker. I'm going to put it on the Bone Picker. That's a 2-turn clock. Opponent wants to kill both things. Good times. Just want to keep their combo pieces off the board. Probably a little reckless play. We're at 22 life, but... Ugh. Well, let's see. That's a 2-turner. And it has evasion, but the other one can hit for 5 next turn. Actually, 6, 7, and if we draw a land, we've still got it. But I'm still going to kill the Crypt Rat. So we've got Unearth and stuff. We can keep bringing it back. All right. As we take 3. Impact Tremors. That doesn't even make sense. Right? We're flying. Well, I guess I'm not. That's true. Never mind. And just like that, we're at 18. Woo! All right. So what do you do with extra land in this build? You eat it with Costly Plunder. This is exactly what we shall do. Let's get out of fuel range. We'll do this and look awfully strange. Whoosh. Costly Plunder. What an awkward draw. Sure, why not? Let's sacrifice it. That's how I roll. Look at this. We'll get our life back. Creature switcheroo. What are you going to do? Boy, did we draw dead. That was terrible. It would be nice to have one other card there, but or at least get our life back in order. Probably got a Bushwhacker in their hand, so this will feel a little bit better. Well, that was just a weird draw. Every deck's got them, but that's a good example of this one. Can you kill the Bone Picker? Can you do it? Ooh-wee, there's some more damage. Man, how timely would a Bushwhacker be here, right? Remember a day when that used to play very even with everything? Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Damn. And then that's going to add 1. Woo! Let's be careful. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Wow, he's going to get within 1. What an epic confrontation, to put it in the parlance of our times. Woo! Look at this. We go to 1. Now, who feels smart for sacking that stuff and gaining life when we needed to? That was a beautiful turn, Edimon, but I don't believe it's enough. Our opponent's hellbent, and unless I misclick, we're good to go. Attack! Crunch. Smackaroonie. Boy, did we top deck badly too. Drawing lands and the one card that we probably don't need in that matchup. Very cool. All right, well, we got one more to go here. Let's see what we can do in the theme of everything. So that's my black sack list. I've started to do this now where we can just play a multitude of, and it all started kind of back with Crypt Gift, if you remember, right? We had this mono black list that had white cards in it, and it used the Crypt Rat engine to, just pile on the damage, but then gain a ton of life with things like Alchemist Gifts and stuff like that to just go crazy. Now, the original had Gift of Orzhova in it, which led me to this list that I've been having a lot of fun with. I call it Orzefficiency instead of efficiency. It's like for Orzhov. And so I've been really liking this list too. I don't think it's stream worthy, but maybe I should try it out here for you guys. Yeah, why not? I've got enough coffee in me to last. We got 22 lands in this one. 2 Unearth. It looks a little weird. Got 3 Omens, all the dead weights. We've got 3 Blessings, 4 Skyfishers, 3 Missionaries, 3 Auramancers, 4 Pilgrims, 2 Oblivion Rings, 4 Rats, a Marauder, 1 Macabre main, and a Gift of Orzhova, which you can put on all kinds of things, especially the Crypt Rat. And then we've got 2 Guardians and a Thorn to bring it back. Evil Presence, if we run in a Tron. We've got the whole suite of Circle of Protections, 1 extra Macabre when we need it, 1 extra this when we do, 3 Dust to Dust, kind of a thing when you're playing Plains anymore, and 1 Oblivion Ring. So, yeah, screw it. Let's play it. It'll probably take a long time, and we're at a pretty long show anyway, but that was Black Sack. Might as well show off something else here. I don't know if I could play this for a game. I don't think I could play it for a stream because the games can go really long. This is a very Nimchimsky style deck. What I mean by that, if you know Nimchimsky's builds, he really loves mid-range and 55-minute long matches. So, yeah. Hey, eSurge89. Hello, back at you, and thank you, and thank Daddy. I think that's how you pronounce that. Very nice, very nice. We've got all kinds of emojis too. Did I load up the right deck? I did. Orzefficiency. So yeah, the idea behind this, I just wanted to be able to, dead weight is a hell of a card in this metagame, and it can kill almost everything. So I wanted to be able to just always get it and then always get it back and go from there. So, and then these are mostly like for cycle or for the super fast matchups where like what we just faced, and you can't really wait on this Omen of the Dead Skyfisher engine to pull you out, and you need to go get some life really quick. So that's why we run 3 of these. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Our land's a little wonky. We got 3 Ash Barrens, 1 Bog, 2 Basilicas, which I'm thinking more and more, so many times I'll be in mana trouble with a deck like this, and the person's plays Cleansing Wildfire on their own stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, if you would have targeted me there, I'd be really set back. But I think these might be not long for the whirl, at least recently. So we'll see if we draw okay. Oh boy, that is a whole lot of land. We'll mulligan that. That's, oh my god. This is the best. Oh, that's great. I have not seen Pauperganda stream in a long time. Whatever happened to the all caps chat? Oh, I don't know. People got overly sensitive, thought we were yelling, that kind of crap. So, oh, mulligan again. And we'll keep. And we probably won't need that for a while. Let's, but I want to have it. We have so many lands in this. I'll get rid of this. And the Omen. Done. Yeah. Yeah, remember. Yeah, if you're of the old Caps persuasion, you'll remember the actual episodes of Pauperganda that we tried to make into like some sort of a wannabe TV show. That was a whole lot of work, man. And by a lot, I mean more than you're thinking. I looked at the timeline for episode 1 and 2 the other day. I was just like, good Lord. Gig after gig after gig. It was crazy. We don't really have a way to save that, so I'd just rather fix my mana here. Like we're going to bash them down for an unanswered 10 turns with Lone Missionary. All these new emotes from Dank Daddy. Ha, yeah. Nope, this is a new one. Baksackle. Or maybe it was from previous. Was it the 3rd round? I'm not sure. Black Sack did its thing. Barely. Thought that should have gone 2-0. Thanks for noticing, Dank Daddy. That's fun to say. Okay, well, we'll just put this out there as a little sacrificial lamb. Bloop. Be nice if we could have used that dead weight and got it back with Auramancer already, but it might happen. We'll see. This is just a little design. I keep, you know, about once a week I'll change one card and play it a few times. And I'm just in that mood to just play a little bit longer games. When I'm in the Nimchimsky mood, this is fine. Alrighty. What do we got here? Silver Coral Campus. I'm going to play the rat. Just do something and maybe draw some more removal. We can get stuff back pretty easily. So the seat's a counterspell. I'm fine with it. Come on, counterspell. There you go. Woo! It'll be back. We've got 3 omens, 2 unearths, and now they're down a counterspell. So whatever. Oh, we have 4. Oh, that one. Yeah, I was thinking there's quite a few better options. All right, our dead weight's going to be able to do something here. Dead weight was dead last. Faith's Feathers is one that's interesting. You know, you'd be able to pitch and grab some life and do some other stuff with. But ooh, okay, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, I'm just going to slow roll this. We'll do this to this. Loop. And we'll get it back, and they're going to have to use good removal on an Auramancer. Or else. There's some really neat... There's a dude on the new alternate art, but who doesn't love Rebecca Guay, right? Awesome artist. Yes. Do you want to do this good thing? I do. All right, can we steal back Monarch? We've got a Monarch of our own. Might be able to draw that. I'm going to feel like a bum next week. For the first time in a couple months, I have no work next week. So it actually feels like a weekend to me. I almost forgot what that felt like. Struggling for so long, like many of you out there. And other good news, my scientist brother, he got a job after, and I mean, he was looking a lot longer than I was. Had like 2 bouts of this stuff. And so yeah, things are looking up. What is this new devilry? What are we up against? You know, maybe here's a bad vampire joke. Maybe it didn't work because I played it during the day. Wah, wah, wah. So I usually play it in the evening except for the stream. Yep. Think Daddy, you should check out our emotes. I know we've got quite a few. If I click on it though, we'll lose the screen. Shirazamon's even got his own visage in the emotes. How are things going in your neck of the woods, Shiraz? It's a big zombie fish. Good point, Captain Vlad Tepes. Speaking of vampires, my youngest really likes that Castlevania, based on the video game on Netflix. It's got a really neat animation style. It's very violent. Very adult cartoon, but it's pretty cool looking. All right, getting a little too weird here. Let's do this for this. Damn Auramancers, I wish I was a Pilgrim at this point. I've got 4 of one and 3 of the other. The wrong scenario is showing up. Alright, where's our omens at, man? Come on now. Do I make that a 3/3 just in spite? I mean, we've got an Auramancer in our yard. He can't really attack, though. Or, I mean, he's got to kind of kill an Auramancer. So that's, I think we'll just hang out here. I don't think We're going to win this first game. That's pretty early to be talking like that, right? It's just so much flexibility. And Brainstorm sure helps out with that. What a card. Oops. I hope I wasn't waiting on that long. We're still a little bit of time up here. Smash for 5. Come on. Omen of the Dead. Let's go. Gosh, makes me want to play with 4 of them. I do like tripping those EOT to make sure that you draw what you need. When you run more than 2 or 3, it's like, whoa. You can use them pretty recklessly, especially with Auramancer being able to grab them back after you do the deeds. All right, this is probably going to walk into a counterspell too. I have extra lands in this, but we'll grab a Pilgrim. Out a Pilgrim. And counterspell. Blop. All right. At this stage, I'm going to just try to preserve our life total here. Boop. I'll just put this on this. 3 is a lot more survivable, 7 turns than what we're facing there. I think some of the coolest animation I've seen is probably Attack on Titan, depending on what year. That is some spooky stuff. Not even the ones that are supposed to be scary. They have these these mutants with just tiny little bodies and kind of wobbly big heads, and it's so, I don't know, it's so unbalanced. It's just like it's falling together as it attacks you. There's something very troubling about that. Oh, yeah, that's true. I'm missing my own theme. But I put a stake in the heart of that one a while back. Well, let's hope they ran out of counterspells, because if they did, we might have a shot here, but all it's going to take is 1 edict, and then we're fish food. But we have seen 2 counterspells already. Does he got a 3rd? If he does, we won't last too long. He's used it on those, but maybe we're probably looking at, if this Guardian lives, we'll be all right. For a beat. The attacks have stopped. Now I feel like a fool for using Deadweight like that, because we'd only be down 2 more points and we'd still have it in our hand. But at least we're going to be able to draw some cards here. We have a lot of lands in this list, and they are hiding from us. I'm not quite sure why. I guess we just attack here. Maybe... they had an instant edict effect. It doesn't matter when we play the Pilgrim, right? Which is cool, because either they probably might have run out of counterspells, but now they have to use good removal on a silly Pilgrim. And we can make that Gurmag Angler a 1/1 if we want to. We'll go like this and this and this. Pilgrim time. Bonk. Cool. Well, we've got options next turn. Probably best to bring back, not quite sure what. Probably the Pilgrim. Skyfish would be nice. Man, 3 counterspells already. 3 to 2, 1 to 2, 5 mana to 1. Yeah, I'm never tired of Unearth. That's a whole lot of cards, especially when you can grab something for 3. That's just crazy. Doc Anime, one of the oldest Magic Pauper players on record, and wrote for Pure MTGO for a long time. He's still online. I keep telling him every once in a while, I'm like, come back. Very, very cool. He went all in with a Dimir build with the 4 Unearths when it came out, and I was almost worried it was going to be banned. It felt that OP when Unearth debuted. Now it's just really solid, but like any format, things can get pretty off the chart pretty fast. Alrighty, let's do this. We'll grab the Pilgrim. I can grab Skyfish. There's a lot of options here. Gonna run into a Sprite? I'm not quite sure what we're up against here. Some sort of just all good stuff deck. And we usually have more enchantments in our yard because Deadweight kills stuff, but it doesn't here, does it? So now we're edict proof. Feeling a little bit better. Let's see what we can get. Gift of Orzhova is pretty fun. But we don't really need that. Benevolent Blessing's a lot of fun. Yeah, maybe we go with Benevolent Blessing. Because then we can get that back with Auramancer. Yeah, let's just have fun. We'll grab Benevolent Blessing. Try killing that, sucker. Woo! Yeah, I guess we just do it now. Or do we wait? Yeah, let's do it now. Bonk. We've seen Lightning Bolt, so this isn't all that great, but we'll at least be able to get back, get it back with Auramancer. Flexible removal package is, so Benevolent Blessing is pretty underwhelming. But we'll try to keep Monarch with it. If it dies, it still eats removal. It's a good card for 1.5 bad cards because we keep getting stuff back. All right, now our mana's showing up. That Silver Quill Campus might actually be relevant soon. You're probably right, Hexen Rouge. I've been wrong plenty today, that's for sure. We'll grab it next time, I tell you. I feel like our opponent kind of got a little overzealous with their countering. It helps when you have 2 brainstorms and you draw 3 of them before about turn 5. That's good times. If he dies, he dies. With the Drago reference. One of my most influential movies growing up, Rocky IV. I was telling my wife, it's starting to feel a little bit like that with like 80s, you know, the whole Red Scare with Russia and stuff. And now it's like starting to feel that way with China and all these new missiles that they're bragging about and stuff. It's like, ooh, boy. Not much getting around that. I almost want to kill that Pilgrim just so I can draw something. Come on, let's top deck another Deadweight. That'd be sweet. Kill it, get it back, kill it, get it back. Woo! Man, this is an expensive tuition. 4, and you tap it. Got to pay 5 just to look at a card, but when you're drawn dead, it's a good place to be. I like seeing this now. Let's play it. Bloop. I think I'll play Auramancer just to play it if this gets countered. And we attack. And we get back. He does have trample, so we will be killing the missionary. Well, win, lose, or draw. This'll be it for today. We'll see you same time, same place next week on Pauperganda, Saturday. Hopefully Rebecca will be joining us then. Another thanks to my mods Nim Chimsky and Shirazamon and Lorraine Sushi for always hanging out with me and keeping me company. Lands are relevant. I'll put it down. Now you guys got lots of places to be. It's awesome that you join me in my silly meanderings in this game we all love. Pauper. All right, our Auramancer is online. We're drawing cards. Make it an omen. What did we learn today? I always talk about that segment. I think I'm going to learn that I want to play 4 Omen of the Dead in this. When you have these clunky draws. Yowza. Double removal. Okay. We'll get back our goods there. We're going to take 8. Yikes. Lone Missionary will help out. I had 3 instances in the last 2 weeks of work where if I had gone slower, I would have been faster. I'm reminded of first teacher to know I had a bit of a learning issue. It's way back in the 2nd grade. Miss Shaver, she just passed. She was like 107. I was thinking back, I didn't want to sound cruel, but I was like, man, she was old when I was in 2nd grade. But she had taught me a few techniques that I had slowly they just dissipated over time. Used to kind of, like I was saying sometimes when I, some sort of dyslexic issue will show up, I can take something apart and spell it backwards, and it kind of tricks that out of me. Or don't get me wrong, I've got it very rare and I love to read. But when it does show up, but it showed up the other day and I was like, God dang it. But I had to remember her lessons about just kind of slowing down, and it actually saves time and stuff. So what a lady. Oh, and my ear issues all gone. Talk about cognitive dissonance. I was so convinced it was that because I did a headphone test but it was actually, it's a long story, but it was actually more to do with the headphones than my hearing. I went all out and got an ear cleaning kit and everything. Nothing came of it. 11 of 14. The card advantage is growing. Can we get a theme going here? I would really like to draw Omen of the Dead. We have 3 of them. Don't really want to see it in my opening hand. Didn't we throw one back because we double mulliganed? I think we did. Oh yeah, interesting, Dink Daddy. Nice to know I'm not telling tales out of school. All right, let's do this, and we'll drop the life package. Yeah, they do. But only one more counterspell. One, two, three. We'll get back something at least, and we've got another blocker. That'll be good times. Yeah, it's funny because I was thinking back, and I prefer the wired headphones. Everybody I know that has the headphones that just stick in your ear, they lose them. They're really expensive, and I really like the old model phone the best. So, but every time it just those things have issues. All right, we'll float this, play this, and get back the Barons, and I guess get a swamp out of the deal. Whoop. Cycle this sucker. I didn't even know that Muppet was a thing. It's funny, speaking of Muppets, I know there was the debut of the first Asian official Muppet. It's Korean, and my whole family's Korean, and other than me, and it was funny because I looked at my wife. I'm like, Muppets have races? I was like what the hell is Bert and Ernie? I didn't think that was a thing, but I guess it is now. That emoji totally reminded me. I'd never even seen that one. Been streaming for what, 5 years? Almost? Crazy. We're going to have a very loud show in about 2 weeks. We're getting all of our windows replaced, and so yeah, it's going to happen on a Saturday. So maybe I'll play Burn. Come on, opponent. Let's go. We can at least take down that dude. Gaining life. I would really like for our deck to show up. We have Skyfishers. We've got one in the yard, but so there's a little bit of logic with that one, but come on. Omen of the Dead, anyone? Would it be crazy? Remember when everybody thought playing 4 Gush in Tribe was overkill? And this bald guy was the first one waving the flag saying, try this. I think for this list, maybe I should go with 4 Omen. It's never dead. You can always pitch it. And then with the recursion engine of the Auramancers and such, it could be a pretty good time, I would think. So I think that's what I learned today. I should probably save that for the show. All right, well, let's go. Less damage. Boy, if we can keep these lone missionaries churning out, and that Gurmag Angler play might have kept us alive. Might have means yes, it did. Oh, we lose to that one. All right, game 2. Let's see if our deck shows up, or if our opponent does. I get the feeling somebody might cut and run. So check out this. This is when it gets just goofy fun, right? I don't think we need the Faerie Macabre. Although it is fun to discard it on the first turn and unearth it. That's always a good time. Stuff's going to die a lot. We like these. See, there's the proof. We have 3 Omen of the Dead. That picture looks way too benevolent to be death. All right. There's too much flexibility going on. I think I'll be good with 1 blessing. I'd much rather have, even though you can't fetch these because they are not auras, it's a good time to know that we can do some other stuff. So let's bring in the black, and we'll bring in the red, and hope that we will never be dead. I just rhymed it. I forced a rhyme there. I apologize. Yeah, let's just bring in maybe 2 Dust to Dust. Don't really have much ways of fetching those, but do we just lose the blessing here? It's a nice answer. I'd like to have access to 1 of them. And see how we have 4 Pilgrims and 3 Auramancers, but all we saw were Auramancers. We do have the 1 lone dude in the Thorn of the Black Rose. I think Fleshbag's actually relevant in this matchup because they kind of have one creature. Don't want to lose these. I think we'll lose a dead weight. Let's lose 1 dead weight. We don't see too many creatures here. I'm rambling. Here we go. Hiya! You guys. All right. Let's see if we can pull out a W here. And more mana issues. Mulligan when we have, I think, I just want to do this for sanity's sake. 22 lands. That's quite a bit more than we probably need. And we've got double screw. Again, this happened the last time and we had to pitch the weight. What is going on? I should have never gotten out of bed this morning. We will keep. And so I want to keep this. I want to keep everything, damn it. I guess we'll get rid of this. I can do stuff with this. I'll get rid of the Auramancer for now. Boop. Tough decisions. Tough decisions. If you ever try to fit 1 card and you're 75 and you're just like, it has to be in there. What do I cut? What do I cut? You can do like a Super Mulligan analogy like I just did, where at some point, if you just imagine a card that just says I win, what would you take out of your deck to put that in there? I know I've spoke of this prior in different versions, but it takes the ego, because you can get really attached to certain cards, me and Crypt Rats and or Faerie Macabre or Faithless Looting or whatnot. But sometimes when you put that, and when you truly believe that scenario and you think about it, it's like, yeah, I don't really need to do that. Let's try to be aggro here. I know they're going to try to spend the first few turns blowing up their own lands. Let's see if we can get in some love here. Oh yeah, I agree, Captain Vlad Tepis. Was that bully list a couple weeks back that had 4 of them main? It's like, wow, it's come to that? Crazy. You know, the purist in me would think that can't be relevant. It's too slow, you know, but I still think that one of the things, I don't think Wizards gets much wrong design-wise, but one of the things I really think they got wrong is they just made everything too splashable. Really, really disliked that for a long time, where it's just, you know, when a card's really white, it should be white, and then something, not 3 in a white, because then just every deck under the sun can just get out of the rock. And yeah, I know, makes the game funner, and you get the people that are, you know, who knows if it would be as popular as it is now if we did it that way, right? I'm just going to bring back the missionary here. That might be a bad play. I'm not sure. Maybe I just bring that back. I'll just bring this back. We'll try to stay aggro. And, yeah, I don't want to be bait for more wildfire plays. We'll just do this. Let's try to keep some pressure up. We've seen a lot of counter spells, at least the ability to go find them, so I'll try to be the problem. Remember I made a blue deck way back in like 95, And it was blue land destruction. It used like Psychic Venom and Erosion, which cost 3 blue. Made many of my friends not want to come over and play Magic because it was oddly effective. But that was back when, you know, if you played a black spell, it felt black. And you needed to kind of be pot committed, to use a poker term, or, you know, your mana couldn't be skimping, getting all flexible. And every other set has 10 dual lands and such. And it's a paradise for brewing, but it's also, I guess, just the old Muppet in me is just kind of like, come on, let's make things count again, right? Necropotence. That's a black card. There's just no reason to not slash white for OP cards like Guardian. There's no payoff for playing a single color. Yeah. Although that won't stop me. If you can make it quick enough, there can be a payoff. But yeah, oftentimes it's not enough. I really like seeing that. If these live, that means they... Wow, I guess they just have cast down style damage. All right, well, we got Guardian next turn, and the cadence of the turn here being that they're going to have to deal with our threats and maybe not be able to sit behind counter magic. So that Guardian might land because of the pressure we're applying. It's a beautiful design space. I don't know if banning them's the answer either, but it is quite telling when dust to dust becomes a necessity. What do we have here? Angler time. Cool. My timing worked. I am of the similar mindset of our opponent. We shall see. Well, it's a long show. Thanks for sticking with me, everybody. We will drop the swamp. There's a Pilgrim. And we got a nice little package in this. Now if that 5/2 dude shows up, we've got an answer. Lone Missionary. It always reminds me of Billy Idol. The 80s rock fans out there. I think I posted that on social media, Facebook or something. I had a little side-by-side there, hacked together on some paint program. I don't know if Witches will ever be unplayable. That is a hell of a card. Just its stats being... Talk about a black card, right? Black, black. 1/3. That's a lot of card. I wonder what card's responsible for the most play mistakes. It might be the Kombaji Witches. That's the choosing of the targets. I would say as far as online goes, my vote might go for like a Mog Fanatic. Mog Raider, because you accidentally, or like a Carrion Feeder, you accidentally click on it one too many times and like, I didn't mean to sacrifice it. And you just get all crestfallen and you just scoop. Whereas in real life, you can't make that mistake. So they're two different games in a lot of ways. Yeah, I've had this card frame for quite a while. Just try to go with alliteration. November, Necrovember. Ooh, all right. Well, that's dead. And a very good poet quote too. That's one of my favorite song. Mercy Street by Peter Gabriel was based on the poet Anne Sexton, which is where that quote comes from, if I'm remembering the card I'm sitting inside of. Okay. Boy, they sure look counter happy, don't they? They're at 12. We're at this. Let's do I do that silly move again? I'm going to do this main. See where we're at. Ba-da-ba-bum. He counters it. Okay. Let's see if I do that. Man, wish that was one more. Whoop. Look like this. I'm going to attack. Well, you got quite a bit of life. I'm not quite sure if I should put that on the angler yet. I think we've got enough of a clock here. Let's see if we can do it. It'd be neat to have stats on what's killed you the most. I know gatherling.com, if you should mention, if you want to play a free Pauper tournament every Tuesday, Pauper Classic Tuesdays, courtesy of Pure MTGO. I have no affiliation. They provide a cool service, and I'm all about sharing stuff about the format. So there you go. But nothing to enter. You get some, I don't know, $4 or $5 if you win it. A lot of good times. Why did I bring that up? Oh, but they do have a thing that tells you what your most favorite card is, like your MVP. Like if you submit 200 decks over 5 years or something, it'll be like, hey, this is the one you have the most of. Mine's Mutagenic Growth. It's a free spell. It saves stuff. It's like anti-lightning bolt. No big surprise. Yeah, they always deserve it. And Arctic Ghost is the host over there. I've got a few promos, but they're just not loaded up. I should get back to at least doing that about once a month. I was leaning on it a little heavily for a while there, and boop-a-doop. But it would be neat to know, like, has Fling killed me the most? Because, boy, I used to play against Affinity Pilots a lot, and that was always a thing, especially now, but... Our opponent is taking their sweet time. I thought that was a pretty cool reveal as far as how to get Wizards' attention. There's the card we're afraid of, and the mana to back it up next turn. Woo. But when whoever that was entered the tournament with all lands, just so it's like, try ignoring this, Wizards. Okay. We can at least kill a Pilgrim. We've got a deadweight in Yard, so our dude, our Guardian, is not long for this world, so we might as well make sure that we can last more than 7 turns. Come on over for a little bit more, because that second chainer is going to hurt bad. Should just call it the bandwagon. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, and if you're of the craft persuasion, especially during the holidays, some of you will remember this. It's a custom leather Pauperganda deck box courtesy of Odin Makes. Looks like a book and everything. Opens up, place for cards and such. It's really cool, but if you check out odinmakes.com, again, no affiliation, just he deserves all the viewers he gets. If you like crafty stuff, you can make your own deck box with your own cool design inlaid and everything. It's pretty sweet. I benefit because then he just mails me some of the stuff. And although it would be cool to get the Bone Splitter Axe, I would like to have that on my wall. You can dream. I'd feel guilty even asking for it. Guys, giving me so much. Okay. At this stage, I think I would target my own Basilica, but all right. Well, we're at 22. Our opponent's at 8, but I don't think we're going to get out of this. There's just too much flexibility and card draw going on, and outside of my Black Sack favorite deck, we've kind of been getting fought all day on some of these things here. Well, that's not so bad. So we can... Yep. That would be funny to say, no, I don't want to do that. Oh, what are the odds? What are the odds indeed? Let's grab deadweight. Screw it. That Pilgrim's like, I can take you on. They're going to skimp on creatures. We're going to make this go long. We've got 4 more minutes than our opponent. I don't have to use the restroom. I don't need a coffee break. Feeling good. Having a good time. Just wish there was a little bit more cooperation from my deck. But hey, my goodness, it's almost a 3-hour stream. It's a personal record. No, I think we did one that was like 3.5 one time. And it started similar. A lot of teachings, a lot of Denrova horrors, and a lot of Tron. I could wave a wand, like I said at the top of the show, and make certain events never happen. That would be the one. Just for the stream. I don't mind running into it. It's a challenge otherwise. But on a stream, boy, just... at least my energy. Come on. What's he waiting on? Yeah. Well, at this stage, we just know this is a counterspell waiting to happen. You know what? They might... I could see a scenario where that land's going to be relevant with a lose focus play. I don't think so either, Captain Vlad Tepes. Oh, don't worry about it, Shiraz. I know I'm going long, and I'm out of here right after this too. But thanks for joining me, everybody. Everybody say thanks and goodbye to Shiraz. Have a good evening, my friend. Our most steadfast watcher. Shirazman was one of our very first viewers. Dug what we were doing, and we dug his energy, and then never looked back. We needed an extra cohort in the chat, and there we go. Well, guys, looks like I should have played Black Sack all day long because this effort's running into a buzzsaw of its own making, and our vampire list was bleh, not in a good way. Like somebody drilled a hole in the casket and let the sun come up, right? Hey, right. Well, we might as well gain a little bit of life. I'm sure this will get countered. Boop. Yay, we can't even bounce an omen. That's the whole point of this list. That's why I run 3 of them. But no, we can't do it. We can't find it. We can't do nothing right. Well, probably dead here. I'm sensing like a all-out swing with a galvanic blast. Sensing. It's like, you mean the Captain Obvious? Whoo. He's looking for it. I mean, if they had like 30 seconds left, the correct play might be to block one of the big Gurmag anglers because of the galvanic blast play. But with 5 minutes to do a whole ton of damage to us, we're just waiting for the inevitable. Speaking of which, oh boy, there we go. Crunch. All right, we'll let him run us over. And at 3, I guess they don't have the blast. They got 0 cards. What's our deck going to grace us with? That would have been interesting with a little bit more life and a little bit more stuff, but it's one of them days. But what did we learn? Well, I learned I should probably play 4 omens in this, and I definitely need to stop playing the vampire list. Blacula doesn't deserve a good name. Maybe I should have, you know what? It was winning a lot, and then I renamed it, and so maybe that. So I'll keep it as a thought experiment. But it's frustrating when stuff in the same room we were just playing casually does really well. Probably 8 out of 10 games I was winning. But I didn't face much control, and that's all that thing ran into today. So anyway, guys, I'll leave you with easily my favorite list here. If you're new to the show, it'll be in the chat or under the show and the YouTube thing here. But just a whole lot of fun, a whole lot of draw. We'll be back, obviously, next week. Probably playing something that isn't swamp-based because we just had October, and we had this little dark theme today too, so I'll try to keep it a little mixed up there. But hey, man, thanks so much for joining me, all you subs out there, all the new fans and such not. We got all kinds of goodies. Speaking of which, I'll play some of those. We've got an old metagame safe. It is an older metagame, so don't look too closely at the graphic. But anyway, I thanks you all for joining me and such. And remember, we still have the burning card contest going on. Maybe next week, maybe not. Maybe keep my lungs nice and healthy. I don't know. But for right now, that'll be it. And we'll see you all next week. Thanks for joining me, everybody. And goodbye.
Metagame safe. Metagame safe. What's the correlation to the metagame safe? Metagame safe. Metagame safe. What's the correlation to the metagame safe?